What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Bloons Cast. I'm your host, Curly Fries, and I'm here joined by my two very special co-hosts, Rocco and Doggo Dutchman. Say what's up, boys.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another of your favorite podcast.
Yes, this is everyone's favorite podcast, honestly.
This is everyone's, but specifically your grandma. She's probably hyped that you're listening to this.
Listen,
podcast.
Your grandma, she texted me and she said that she was ecstatic about all these episodes coming out.
Dude, it's true.
And for today's episode, everybody, we decided to have on an extremely special guest, Mehalic Pops.
How's it going, everyone?
Legend.
My grandma's also watching this, so yeah.
Yeah, your grandma texted me before this. She was like so extremely proud to hear that Mehalic made the Bloons Cast.
Yeah,
you know, nothing better has happened in her life.
So true.
Yeah.
When contacting, I mean, I'm sure that we tried to reach out to your grandma to see if she could convince you to get you on, and glad it worked.
I mean, we had to ask your grandma for permission first for you to even come on.
Oh yeah, obviously. She had to sign the permission slip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But how's it going, man?
Going great.
How was it?
Yeah,
excited to be on the podcast. Yeah, going good. Did some recording before this with the new tower, so that's going to be interesting, testing out Skywarden and everything.
Yeah, this is being recorded pretty much the day after Skywarden just got released.
Yes,
that is
so
true.
we got quite the smorgasbord of stuff to talk about.
What
are your initial thoughts?
I think it's a really interesting tower. The mechanics with like how it applies like the special debuffs to balloons with all three different paths being like different elements, I think is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
I also think there's going to be like a high learning curve with the tower, similar to like Beast Hand there. And I know a lot of people didn't really like Beast Hand there because there's so many mechanics with it. So it'll be interesting to see how the community likes it.
I am very curious to see what it's kind of capable of. I really enjoy the fact that it synergizes with damage types as well. Like it pushes for a lot of like synergies. Even though I don't quite understand the middle path yet, or know exactly what it's capable of. I'm excited to find out. But yeah, no, it's been fun to experiment. I know you got like some early access because of content creation and all that, so you've had a little bit more time to test and
yeah, for sure,
experiment. But now that it's out, everyone's trying things out, and then also we were just talking a little bit before this, but the next official like post group stage round, why can't I think of the name of the boss tournament, just came out, the new round for that, which will be an interesting phase, using only one of each, one tower per tier or per phase, so definitely interesting. But here, let's get into some general stuff in terms of in terms of like questioning and all that. Well, let's just start with where'd your name come from? Where'd Mehalic Pops?
Yeah, where did you get Mehalic Pops?
What a name! Did I just say?
I will say it is a big W name. Like there have been a lot of names.
So the name comes from my real name is Ryan Mehalic. So Mehalic is my last name, and then in BG6 you pop balloons. So Mehalic Pops. I pop. Dang. Basically.
Wow.
There you go.
I never.
Well, I feel enlightened right now.
And that's technically your second channel, because your first channel was just Ryan Mehalic.
Yes, my first channel. The smartest thing you can ever do is just make your YouTube channel your real life name for everyone to know on the internet. So that's what I did.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what Curly Fries did as well.
No, my last name isn't Curly. Is it ever weird when, like, I mean, basically random people online call you by your last name because like that's your like online name?
Kind of, but I also kind of prefer it because I don't know, it makes it so like I don't have to call myself something different, and then I'd probably have slip ups in videos occasionally and that type of stuff. But just being called by like Mehalic,
I don't know. Mehalic is a cool last name. I'm gonna
that is a pretty cool really cool last name. I just have.
I've never met anyone. I mean,
that is definitely like top tier last name. I'll add that to the tier list. that we're
There you go.
making.
Enough with the glaze, though. But how did you get the Ryan part of your name? That's what I really
Yeah,
want to know.
what the
That is
heck?
true.
How did you get that one? Ryan? Never heard that before.
Yeah,
came up
it's a
with
crazy name. No, never met anyone named Ryan before.
No.
Intriguing.
Isn't
to you in
Tootie
a
also
dream.
like named Ryan?
That's true. I
Wait,
think so.
What did you say?
Yeah, what do you
Is
say?
Tootie's
Isn't
name-
Tootie also named Ryan?
Yeah, Tootie's name's Ryan. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang, what a
Wow,
what
so
a
you're also
coincidence. Wow.
Tootie? That's
Yes,
crazy.
I'm also
Such an
Tootie.
honor.
No
It's
way,
such
you
an
that's
honor.
your third channel? I can't believe it.
Such an honor.
No, but
all right, and then kind of like from there though, Bloons. Like you have
Bloons, huh?
like what did you get into it? What's the story behind
Oh, the
your-
first. How did you even find out what Bloons is? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got first played Bloons a very long time ago. Like I'm talking when I was in middle school computer lab, loading up Bloons Tower Defense 3 on the computer. That
Let's go.
probably was like
BTD3, wow.
I don't even know, probably like 15 years ago
oh
or
my gosh.
but around then, very long time ago.
That's insane.
And then I also played, I think, BTD4 and BTD5 back then. And at that point, shortly after, I took a long break from Bloons and then kind of got back into it at the end of my senior year of high school, which was like 2019, because one of my friends in my class was telling me to get into Bloons TD battles. So I did that, and through getting into Bloons TD battles, I got into watching YouTubers. Like, I'm not sure if you've heard of Asian Sensation. I watched him a little bit. And Bull Tricks. I watched a lot of Bull Tricks.
W.
And watching them, I learned about this competitive Bloons TD battles server called King of the Hill, where they hosted like a bunch of Bloons tournaments. So I started getting into competitive Bloons at that point. And after getting into competitive Bloons, I eventually just started posting how I did in these tournaments on my YouTube channel, Ryan Mehalic, and that's kind of how I started YouTube. That was about
Wow.
5.5 years ago.
What specifically got you into the more competitive side of it? Because by 2019, I mean BTD6 was out by that point.
Yeah,
So
I knew BT6 was
it?
out. And at the start, I didn't really like BT6 that much. I more so enjoyed battles because I found battles catered towards me a lot more. I'm a very competitive person. All throughout high school and college, I ran cross country and track on a team. And whenever I also have an older brother, so we were constantly competing just in video games, real life, everything. So I'm a extremely competitive person. So when I got into Bloons, I just tried to find the most competitive ways to play Bloons, basically.
I see.
And and that makes sense why battles would then stick out, right?
Yeah.
Because that was, I mean, especially it was fun going through your channel, in preparation and going through some older videos. How did you get started? By the way, who won that roast battle? Looking back,
That was so long ago. I don't even remember. I should have. I've thought about deleting the video because it's so cringe, but I just kept it up because I don't really care.
It's part of the story.
Yeah.
It's the history of your channel.
Yeah, that's a funny video.
But yeah, no, it's like you just gravitated towards battles and just knowing everything about your content. I don't think anyone's surprised to learn that you're very competitive and have done that in real life. It's been it's good to know. It's cool to know that you did cross country, push the
cross
there.
Yeah, I still run a lot. I'm just not on a team anymore. I'm training for a marathon right now.
Hey,
for a marathon.
Nice,
How many
dude.
kilometers?
Yeah.
Now you have to make a video about that. How well you do in the
Yeah, I'm
marathon.
going to make a video about the marathon on my more Mehalic channel eventually. We'll see.
And that was something also is that the more Mehalic channel, that's pretty recent, right? That's within the last month or so?
Yeah, about 2 months. A little bit less than 2 months old, like 1.5 months old.
Yeah. Because well, I guess this brings to a broader question I had was you have multiple channels. You have one for BTD battles, which is honestly your primary channel, and then you put a lot into BTD6 now. Uh, and you upload very consistently on both. Like you're pretty much a prime, like one of the biggest BGD Battles 2 players now, or YouTubers, and and you still upload very regularly. So like what made you decide to split up the channels and like what to dedicate to
Yeah, why
each?
not just have them in
Yeah.
one?
So I first started with my battles channel in like the start of 2021, I think was when I started posting on it. And this was my only YouTube channel for a very long time. And then after I graduated college at the end of 2023, at that point I was majoring in finance, but I didn't really want to like necessarily pursue that. I'd rather just be a full-time YouTuber if I could make it work.
Yeah.
So with that, I ended up having a lot more time to dedicate to YouTube. And I wanted to expand into BT6. One, because I've been playing battles for years and some like burnout was kicking in, but also obviously BT6 is just a much bigger game and has a much larger potential audience as well. So it could be good for YouTube too. So
Yeah.
a couple months later, I was trying to decide if I wanted to post BT6 on my battles channel and just do battles and BT6, or create a new channel for BT6. And basically the reason why I decided on a new channel is because of how I kind of understood how the YouTube algorithm works. Where like my thought was basically that there is a lot of overlap between viewers who watch Battles 2 and BT6, but there's not an insane amount of overlap. BT6 is just a much more popular game, so there's going to ultimately be more people who want to see BT6 videos versus Battles videos. And if I was posting the BT6 videos on the same channel as my Battles channel, I probably would be holding myself back a little bit, because a lot of the viewers would like watch one BT6 video and then skip the next video, watch the next video, and that would kind of hurt my overall channel performance because I wouldn't be getting consistent like amount of views per video, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like if viewers are gravitated towards one over the other. And
Yeah.
that is a case
That makes sense.
for
That makes sense.
like I have noticed that on other channels. Yeah, I mean ISAB does somewhat similar content, right? So like and you know, sometimes
I
the
still plays
videos
battles too.
I don't know if he does consistently.
No, he hasn't
but-
played Battles 2 in
Yeah,
a very long time. And
Yeah.
like even with ISAB, I could have certainly just posted everything on the same channel and probably had decent success with it as well. But I think just optimizing for the YouTube algorithm made more sense with separate channels, and it kind
That
of
is
just
true.
also like keeping things in their own bucket too. It's easier to just like organize having multiple channels, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well,
Fair
and
enough.
having done it for so long, like have the results have paid off, it sounds like, right?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
they speak for themselves.
I honestly wouldn't have ever expected my BT6 channel to grow as big as it has in about a little more than 2 years. It's kind of absurd.
BTD6 is just like really big. Like,
But you are still dedicating
yeah, you're still
like,
doing like
the
battles
equal
too,
amount of
yes.
effort, honestly, to battle.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I still post a lot of Battles 2 and stuff for sure.
Do
I
you
still
prefer
really enjoy
Battles
Battles 2. What'd you say? Sorry.
Do you prefer it over BTD6?
I would say no. Right now, I definitely prefer BT6, and I do put a lot more time into my BT6 videos on average. Like a Battles video, even though I post a decent bit on Battles, creating a Battles video is much easier for me. It's like a lot more of a chill game where I can just get in there, play a couple matches, live commentate them, go over a certain strategy or balance change, and then quickly edit it and post it. While BTD6, I put a lot more effort into those videos on average, where like I might spend 10 hours on a boss event and like go through the intricacies of farming, my strategy, all of that stuff. So, and that's part of the strategy I've had with the fact that BT6 can reach a much wider audience. I kind of put myself to a higher threshold of quality for those videos as well.
It's the higher standard, That makes sense.
Well, I
honestly.
mean, and like based on how much you actually like, the commitment is very, very, very clear. Especially like the type of content that you strive for is I almost want to like put it in, because it kind of goes even beyond competitiveness, though there's a clear amount of that when it comes to like boss events or obviously the tournament, uh but like you also do like personalized challenges as well. Like you do and you put like a lot of effort into seeing how far you can push this one tower, or how
Yeah.
or can you beat
Like
this
Magic
map.
Monkeys only, or a bunch of
I mean,
different
like,
challenges. Yeah.
yes, it's totally those types of challenges you put so much time and effort, like especially for like how regularly you upload too is like extra impressive on top of
Yeah.
that. Like cuz you're dedicating so much time and maintaining such consistency. And like
Essentially, it's like quantity and quality both put together.
yeah, you got it down, man. And I guess like and part of as one of the questions states, like what goes into actually like the content in like making content that's both fulfilling to you but will also do well on YouTube, and creating a challenges that would be entertaining but for both you and the audience.
Yeah, so I think they go hand in hand pretty well because, as I said earlier, I'm very competitive, so I like to try to push the limits of the game. And like, I had a series where I was going for world records in like primary only, Magic Monkeys only, military only mode. So trying to find the limits of how far you can survive, or obviously I do boss event videos every week, trying to see how high I can place, and then boss tournaments are really good for this type of content as well. And I find that um obviously you have like people who think, why are you spending countless hours on beating this boss just to save a couple seconds? You have people who question that, but also I find that a lot of people just enjoy seeing the game fully min-maxed and like
Yeah.
pushed to the limits.
Push to
So
its limits. Yeah.
the audience kind of enjoys the same type of stuff I like to put effort into in a way.
Yeah.
It just works out essentially. There's no
Yeah.
like stress of doing something that you don't like, but like your viewers will. So because there are a lot of YouTubers that have that, obviously.
Yeah,
But that's
for
very
sure.
cool to hear that it's just like like the same thing that your audience like is what you like. I mean, that's
Yep.
a very cool thing to hear.
Totally.
There is one thing I actually want to go back to, because I think it was glossed over like a lot of aspect, is that you said you obviously started YouTube like in your like last year of high school, and you were studying finance before that, but you wanted to like do full-time YouTube essentially. I was wondering, like, was it a hard decision then? Because like obviously a lot of people, aren't able to like make that full commitment. So usually people will, pursue college and YouTube at the same time. But like it sounded like you just didn't do college and just went full on YouTube. It's like,
Well,
is
so
that actually,
I did do college actually, and
yeah?
I posted YouTube all throughout college. So it wasn't like full-time YouTube or anything. I was doing it like part-time, maybe 20, 25 hours a week of YouTube while I was in college. But my channel, after I graduated in 2023, I did ultimately make the decision to do YouTube full-time, which was a very risky decision because
Yeah.
one, obviously, like getting a regular job, you have stability, you have a set
Okay.
paycheck, you know how much you're going to make. Going into YouTube, you can have one video just flop, your channel could die, and then you're left without an income. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of risk there, but also I'm a big believer that you kind of just have to bet on yourself. And if you have full belief in yourself, if you commit yourself to something, then it's going to work out. Like if you truly try your hardest, you're not going to fail at something, because there's endless learning curves with everything. And YouTube's the same exact way. YouTube's not really something that I consider luck. I know a lot of people say you might get lucky, and that's why you're popular on YouTube, which maybe there's definitely an aspect of luck, but I've also posted like almost 3,000 videos on YouTube. And
Wow.
Damn.
just learning over time on how to optimize how you build your video, thumbnails, all that stuff. You're going to eventually get
That's
better
a skill
and
after all that.
learn the system.
Yeah. Well,
That's cool to hear.
you just gave us some title, like the quote for the title for the thumbnail.
There
you
you
just
go.
believe in
I was
yourself.
gonna title it like
But-
Mehalic says there's zero luck involved in YouTube.
I
That's
actually
like a
do.
caption for the thumbnail.
I mean, this is kind of a side note, but I actually appreciate that point of view when it comes to YouTube, because I think chalking it up to luck, like, while can be a component, like, there's so much. It kind of discounts the skill and the skill, the effort, the coordination, like, that goes into it.
Yeah.
And like, I think that it just can't. I feel like it's I guess maybe slightly short-sighted to just believe that you're at the mercy of the algorithm and that you have
Yeah.
no control over it.
And
like, no, go
even
on.
if it is like luck based, eventually you post like 2,000 videos on YouTube, you're going to get lucky. That's just
for sure.
Yeah.
the way numbers work.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think in general, a lot of times people just kind of want to chalk things up to luck or whatever, because that's just human nature to like say it's something out of their control almost.
Yeah, gives them an out.
Yeah.
So anyway, I appreciate that perspective, and I mean, clearly it's worked out. Like, you're proof that there is, like, you put the time and the effort into it, and it's worth it. And like, legitimately on time, as we've explained, you invest 10 plus hours into a lot of your videos, and it goes to show, like, it makes it entertaining and people want to see it. So anyway,
Thank you.
glaze
While
over.
while we're still on the topic
Glaze over now.
of YouTube, I don't think someone has asked this yet, but I know you're saying like when you really started to like take YouTube seriously after college, but I'm so curious on like the first time you ever like uploaded a video, or why you ever even had like drive in the first place for YouTube at the very start. I'm so curious
Yeah.
on your side of the story on that.
Yeah, so as a kid, I mean, as lots of people are, I always wanted to be like a YouTuber. I think that's like the most popular, if you ask any
Yeah.
kid, that's like the most popular dream job they have now. It used to be like a professional athlete, now it's a YouTuber. But so there was that. And then once I got into competitive Bloons battles, one of the main people who was in the competitive scene as well was Asian Sensation. And I was pretty good friends with him. We talked a lot. And he kind of helped persuade me into starting a YouTube channel, just posting how I was doing inside of these like tournaments and stuff. And at the start, I kind of was just doing it like, I didn't really expect that much of it, out of it, but kind of just doing it for fun. But there was a lot of viewership, especially in like the competitive scene. So I was pretty surprised and slowly just started dedicating more time to it and learning how to make my videos better and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Even sensation, man. I never knew that. Like,
Was it like slow and gradual? Like, oh, sorry, go. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I just wanted to say, like, I never knew that. He like really helped
Yeah.
you with it. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
that is
attribute a lot
cool.
to of the reason I started to him. He's a great guy.
That's awesome.
Well, especially since like he's what got you into it, like, because that was the content you used to watch, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Like, you
for
used
sure.
to watch him, and then he got
Yep.
you into making the content. Like, that's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I was just curious, like, as well, because like, you just kind of started posting kind of just how you were doing. Not sure if the viewership was there, as you said, and then like, so was it like kind of more gradual? Like, obviously there was a big like, I'm going to commit to YouTube moment, right? But
Yeah, so it was more gradual at the start, for sure. Kind of just was posting whenever and just my games. But there was actually a decent amount of viewership at the start. I think I was getting like a couple hundred views per video, which was more than I would have expected ever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then shortly after I started, I ended up deciding on like setting a crazy goal for myself to post one video every single day. And for battles, the videos didn't really take like a crazy long time to make.
Yeah.
So it's not like I was committing an insane amount of hours per day.
What year was
But
this?
this was 2021 or 2020. Yeah,
All right.
2021. And I ended up holding the one post a day for like multiple years. It was
Dang.
a very long time.
Wow.
And posting one video a day, I think, helped a lot because one, it just like kept me accountable. I always had to get a video out. It allowed me to get a ton of videos posted as well to be able to learn what people liked, what people didn't like, help learn how YouTube works. But then eventually, when I started my BT6 channel, I kind of went into the BT6 channel with a new strategy of not posting one video a day and posting one every like other day or one video every 3 days and focusing more on quality instead of
Yeah.
quantity necessarily.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
And
still like quite
that strategy
frequent,
has
yeah,
worked
actually.
much better, especially in the BT6 sphere.
Would you-
Yeah.
Well, and there's
I feel like
also
there's also an aspect of like how much time can you even sink into a Battles 2 video, you know?
Yeah, that too.
Right.
Like I think there's like I could spend 3 times the amount of time on a Battles 2 video and try to get the perfect matches or this, but I think there's diminishing returns. Where in BT6, I think you get a much better return by spending more time on a video.
I agree, definitely.
Yeah.
I never thought of it.
That's
That's
very true.
actually dang. That makes sense though, because it's like
and that totally makes sense.
it is like technically.
Yeah, it feels like very obvious. I just like never
Yeah.
thought of it
Yeah,
actively.
because
I know.
BTD is like BTD Battles 2 is like a gamble on like, is this game gonna give me the content I need? And if it doesn't, I
Yeah,
have to do
pretty
it
much.
again. But BTD 6 guarantees that if I
Yeah,
do
you're
it
full
correctly,
control
it's
over it.
going to be what I want it to be.
Yes.
Hmm.
What's that? And you trained yourself too, like with the consistent upload. You had the consistency down, so now
Oh,
you can
yes.
focus on quality. You had that muscle
Yeah.
memory.
I
That
think
like, well,
I
you
wouldn't
gotta
have
put something
changed
out.
I wouldn't have changed how I did it. I think posting super often for a long period of time helped me learn a lot of things about YouTube and get consistent to the point that when I switched my strategy later, the focusing on quality paid off more.
Yeah. And like, how long ago did you make the big transition to the qual? Like, when would you say that happened?
That's pretty much when I started posting BTG6. So that was my first video on my Mehalic Pops was May 24, 2024. So like a little more than 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. And like, and do you still kind of follow that, like where you're trying to push just higher quality each video kind of
Oh,
thing?
yes. Like, for example, with how my channel currently is, if I wanted to, I could post a BT6 video every single day. But if I did that, there's no way I could be spending 10 hours doing a ranked boss run and then editing the video and all
Yeah.
that stuff afterwards.
Yeah.
The boss runs wouldn't be near as competitive. I wouldn't be breaking BT6 world records. Like, the quality would just go down if I posted
Yeah.
every day. So I'd rather post 3 videos a week maybe and try to keep the quality pretty high.
Totally.
So you're
I mean,
talking. Oh
yeah.
wait, sorry, Rocco.
Oh no. Go ahead. I was gonna slightly diverge the conversation. So
Yeah, here we can end it off with this. So I know you're talking a lot about obviously Bloons content and how much you play it, and I'm so curious. Since you've been doing this for so long, have you ever experienced any type of burnout by recording videos or just playing Bloons in general?
Yeah, I definitely have experienced burnout. That's part of the reason why I started moving to BT6 is because I was getting slightly burnt out of Battles 2, and by posting 2 different games, that means I'm spending less time on Battles 2. So it's kind of cancels the burnout a little bit in that fashion. But also, it's not necessarily like the way burnout works, at least for me, is it's not like I get burnt out of Bloons C6 altogether. I might get burnt out of a certain genre of content inside of BT6. So like when I started my
aspect of
Mehalic
it,
Pops
basically.
channel, I had a big series going where it's called like the Chad series. I would do like videos
Yeah, I remember that.
merging modes together, like chimps, half cash, and stuff. And then eventually, I kind of milked all the modes in that series and got a little bit burnt out of it. So then I started transitioning more into boss content or transitioning into chimps runs, black border runs. BT6 is such a like expansive game that you can find ways to get content in so many different ways where if you're burnt out of one, then you might be able to fill it with another one. And I've been pretty much doing boss content the whole time on my channel, but the reason I haven't really gotten burnt out of that is just because there's a huge competitive aspect with bossing, and competitiveness is like something I love to do. So I don't really see myself getting burnt out of bossing anytime soon.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Wow.
I mean, it's been fun talking to some of the competitive players too. And, like, the fact that there is just weekly challenges that Ninja Kiwi can put out, like it gives you something to do. And like, and there
Yeah,
are a
for
lot
sure.
of facets that you can explore, especially with the amount of variety that you do. Like you aren't just the free play guy or the boss guy or the
Yeah.
like you can go into any aspect. You're just always pushing yourself. That's what motivates you. And so yeah, and I know that can be the same for a lot of people. Like especially for you, bossing has been. I mean, it seems like you've been killing it, right? So, uh, it gravitates towards you, and
Yeah, for sure.
and then like yeah, in that like when it can, because also like Bloons, especially BGD6, like it kind of has a surprising competitive scene. Like you wouldn't necessarily think about it, and because you got into battles, I'm assuming that's where you kind of learned of it. But like, Bloons was were there any other games or like kind of aspects or specifically about Bloons that like caught your competitive interest like more than necessarily others?
Um, I like strategy games, so Bloons is kind of strategy based, so I thought that was pretty cool. And then I also had the history of playing Bloons Tower Defense when I was really young, so there's some nostalgia there. And also, I was
Yep.
just naturally pretty good at Bloons when I first got into battles like competitively. So you kind of just want to do stuff you're good at in general. But besides Bloons, there is other like games I played competitively and just didn't post on YouTube. Like I used to play Counter-Strike pretty competitively. That's a
Damn.
like first-person shooter.
Dang. Yeah.
Yeah, classic.
Yes. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You played that.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
Hmm. I'm curious. Now you obviously have been uploading BTD6 for a while, but has there been anything that you've wanted to try on YouTube that you just haven't yet, or felt that you can't?
Hmm. Uh, the only thing I guess I've thought about, it's not even Bloons related. When I was playing Counter-Strike a decent bit, maybe a couple months ago, a year ago, I was playing a lot. I thought about posting CS videos. I would have started a new channel for that. I wouldn't have wanted to post it on one of my current channels, but it's just I didn't really have time or to post like Counter-Strike videos without giving up a lot of posting on one of my channels, so I didn't end up pursuing that.
Like you totally could, but just not.
Yeah, I could
Not
have
the
tried
time.
it, but
You ever
I
see
didn't really want to like
yourself,
slow down my
like,
upload schedule or put less time into Mehalic Pops or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Yeah.
would have needed to sacrifice in order to do something else new.
Well,
You think
I
you ever
also
might do
had
that
this.
though,
No, go.
or with a different game, not necessarily just Counter Strike?
There's not really any other. Did you say a different game besides Counter Strike?
Like not necessarily, it doesn't have to be Counter Strike, but like any other game, like that you consider maybe like in the future doing.
The only other game that I'd consider posting besides Counter Strike and Bloons is maybe Minecraft. I used to play Minecraft a ton. It's a lot different type of game. It'd be like more chill, probably.
Yeah.
Like a S&P series or whatever. But so
I believe
maybe in the
too,
future
SMP
I'd
did exist
consider.
at one point.
Maybe in the future I'd consider something like that, but I don't know. Again,
Yeah. What about like in Bloons? Like, do you feel like anything like maybe some videos perform better than others, kind of thing, like where you have to decide what type of content like you'd like to do, like maybe challenge video or like the challenge page might not do as well, but but you have fun doing it, kind of thing.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. And yeah, I've definitely done some types of videos that don't perform as well on average, just because I like to do them. I think part of that was actually the map list videos on average didn't perform. They still perform decently, but didn't perform as well as a lot of my other videos. But I still enjoyed doing map list videos, so I posted them. And the people who watched the map list content appeared to enjoy those videos a lot too.
I'm definitely one of those. I like the map list a lot.
Yeah, I think they're pretty fun. So that'd be one category. But in general, like I have an idea before I post a video if I think it's going to perform very well or perform average, perform below average. Most of the time, it's actually pretty correlated with how much time I spend in a challenge or in a video versus how well it performs. So like, for example, one video I knew would perform very well, and it ended up performing very well, was getting first place in the 1 billion HP Diamondback boss event.
Yep.
So, like, that video took me forever to make and do the boss run and everything. But I knew that it probably would do great.
Has big number that you could put in the thumbnail.
Yeah,
in the title.
that too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Think about the thumbnail.
There you go.
That was that also had a story to it because
yeah.
like you got second and there was a big
Reddit post.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a funny one.
Well, I don't know about the story. What?
Long story short, there was like it was Storyteller who had you beat.
Yeah, so
and yeah,
there was this boss event with like it was a crazy boss event where the boss had 1 billion HP.
Yeah, the 1 billion Diamondback. Yeah.
I kind of like not necessarily a chill run, but like a chill try hard run of the boss event. And I got like a second place for early into the event with like 11-minute time. And then someone else posted a run that was 4 minutes faster than mine. So like a huge gap. And someone on Reddit posted a screenshot saying like, this might be the biggest skill gap I've ever seen in a boss event with their name right above mine. So it kind of like hurt my ego a little bit. And I was like, okay, let me lock in and spend like the whole week trying to get like the perfect boss run and beat this guy's
I respect that though, honestly.
Did it take you a whole week?
That was probably an
an
exaggeration, but it took me a lot of time. I think like in total, I probably spent, I don't know, 20, 25 hours on the boss run itself. So,
wow.
And that was after already doing like a run beforehand and learning some stuff from the run beforehand, of course.
Yeah. That's funny. I mean, yeah, you got the story there. Is that actually there was a question of like, what specifically would you say, like maybe in a boss event or some of the challenge videos, like makes it fun, like makes it entertaining for you to do, like or that you think is worth putting in the time and effort into maybe this boss event versus another, or do you just fly by the seat and fall like base it on the rules?
The ones like some boss events, pretty much every boss event from Ninja Kiwi for the most part I'll play. And then some of them I'll end up decide to spend a lot more time and like really try for a top 3 badge. And the thing that determines the difference between the ones that I want to try hard versus like still do play and try to do well, but not necessarily fully try hard is one, I think if the event is really unique, I have a higher chance of like going for a top badge. So like the 1 billion HP Diamondback was obviously like a super unique event. And it also just goes really well over a YouTube thumbnail / title. So that plays into it as well. So that's part of it. But then also with like the boss tournament going on right now, if there's a Ninja Kiwi boss event the same week that there's a boss tournament event, I'm not going to spend much time on the Ninja Kiwi event because I have to spend a bunch of time on the boss tournament week. Or else I might get knocked out or whatever. Yeah. I'd rather prioritize my time there.
For sure. And I think that even the boss tournament is like doing numbers too, so that helps.
Yeah, people seem to love the boss tournament videos.
It has been a massive success as far as I can tell.
Which is always cool to see. Like something that like I got into, but I like that about this podcast too, is that we can cover things that are or we can cover events that like one, the cool people in the community and like how they push the game in a lot of ways is to a lot of casual players that don't realize it, but then also when there are community put on events and like
Yeah.
that do push the skill level that like besides just Ninja Kiwi having to post something, like you can there's different creative takes and then seeing what people do with it, right? And and I think other people engage with that too, wanting to see like how did this person work around this rule set? Like what's the top players of the game? Like your farming during this boss tournament has been like absolutely insane. And I just think about that vortex, the time vortex.
Oh yeah, that was a crazy week.
The farming that you put in was insanity, and still it wasn't the best that you can get. Like, and still it was Yandalf, right? That
Jandalf. It's
Yandalf.
like the amount of ways you can optimize and min-max inside of bossing for BT6, it's absurd. There's like almost endless amount of ways you can optimize your run. So it's cool if you're like a competitive person because there's always a way you can basically improve.
Yeah. But also, and this might be slight topic change, but like what about Battles 2 and like where you stand with that now? Do you still like and granted, I will say I'm not someone that follows Battle 2 very closely.
Yeah.
So my experience my knowledge will be limited. But in terms of that, like where you're pushing yourself in BG5 or BG6, sorry. On terms of your Battles 2 content, like where you pushing yourself there, like where you like looking to create content, but also you get it.
So I was definitely pushing myself a lot more with Battles 2 when it was my sole channel before I like started posting BT6. Now it's kind of like a more relaxed channel where it's just commentary for people who enjoy it. I feel like I have more of a, I don't know if it would say personal connection with the viewers, but they kind of have been around for years and they just like watching the videos to see how I play strategies and stuff. It's not near as it's not near as like try hard as my BT6 content necessarily, but I'm still like very good at Battles 2 and one of the top players. I wouldn't say I'm like top 5 or top 10. In the past when I used to sweat Battles 2 a ton, I was like top 3. But
damn.
Yeah, it's just more relaxed content now.
Yeah.
But still pretty solid gameplay is kind of how I'd put it. I'm definitely in general a lot more sweaty and I spend a lot more time on BT6.
Speaking of Battles 2, what did you think about it like on release? I know it was very
on release, the game had so many issues. They really butchered that release. There's a bunch of bugs that kind of ruined the meta in the game, and the progression in the game was very slow. So pretty much like when they released Battles 2, a ton of the player base just dropped instantly, which I mean, when you release a new game, a lot of the player base is going to inevitably drop from the first month because there's initial hype of the game. But more players dropped than you'd probably like normally expect to drop from a new game.
Yeah.
So Ninja Kiwi definitely messed up the release of Battles 2. The game in itself is in a much better state now, but the game's also like 5 years old and a lot of people have forgotten about it. And in general, Battles is a less popular concept to BTD6 anyways. So it just is what it is.
What made you stick with it then? Because like obviously someone like Agent Sensation, he just stayed playing Battles 1, but you just hopped over to Battles 2 and like actually stayed on it despite the rough patch. So that was one question that I really want to ask. Like, what made you then stay with Battles 2 essentially?
Even though there was a rough patch, I still in general enjoyed Battles 2 more than Battles 1. I think there's Yeah, I think there's a lot more variance in strategy. I mean, there's more towers, more paths on towers. You have a hero now.
Yeah.
So in Battles 1, most of the time when I was playing it competitively, I was using like the same 3-4 strategies pretty much every single game. In Battles
Yeah.
2, I guess you could still use the same couple strategies every game, but there's also maybe like 20 strategies you can be competitive with on a pretty high level. So
Yeah.
I like the fact that there's a lot more variance.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, definitely. That's very cool though. So like a lot of people like either stayed or completely jumped ship.
Yeah,
So-
for sure.
And like, how is the community now? Like, are you still an active participant in the Battles 2 community?
Yeah, I
I
still
mean,
talk to a lot of the top players, not as active as I used to be, but it's, yeah, and I still post videos. I'd say the game doesn't really have much of a YouTube presence anymore. Boltrix is the
Yeah.
main Battles 2 guy now.
Yeah, bullshits. Yeah.
But I'm probably the only other person to post the game.
yeah,
Yeah,
Voltrix and
like
you.
I can name more
Yeah.
than 2 Battles YouTubers, I'm gonna be honest. It really is doesn't have the biggest YouTube presence, yeah. But, like, you think you're like just gonna like continue to stay with it, or like do you ever think about like fully committing to BTD6? Like, especially
I've
looking at
thought
like
about
how the
fully
things
committing
perform,
to BT6. Part of the reason why I haven't is one, I think going between the games keeps it where I'm not less likely to get burnt out of BT6, so that helps. And then also, I still do enjoy playing battles. So it's like maybe not as much as I used to enjoy, but I still enjoy the game and I still enjoy making videos for it. I still have a loyal follower base on the game, so that helps too. So I don't
Yeah.
really want to like leave those subscribers high and dry without videos. So there's multiple reasons.
Interesting.
And like, maybe this is kind of interesting. It's like, what do you think? Maybe this is almost like your opinion on the state of the game, and this can go for Battles 2 and or BGD6. Like, and like where you kind of hope Ninja Kiwi to take it, or like what would be
Yeah.
what would you what do you think is a good addition?
So Battles 2, I mean, I really doubt they'll be able to revive this game to like a popular state again. It's unlikely. The
Yeah.
ways they could probably help to have that happen is release like a new tower to Battles 2 that's like the Bloon shipper, for example, which was in Battles 1 and BTD 5.
Yeah.
If that happened, I think that the game would spike in popularity a lot.
Because I mean,
And
a
then
lot
it
of
would
the
go
new like
nuts
BTD6
for
Yeah.
towers
Blue
just
It would go nuts. And
Yeah.
that was like one of some of the biggest updates in Battles 2. We're releasing like new content in Battles 2. Like Jericho is only in Battles 2. Bonnie, another hero, is only in Battles 2. Now for BT6, the updates in general I've been somewhat satisfied. I think releasing new towers is really cool. But the biggest thing is I know they've been working on the game editor for the longest. So I think when that update inevitably drops, that could be a huge change for the game and like
Yeah.
add a lot of popularity. I'd imagine if they've worked on it this long, they're really trying to make sure it's like top-notch stuff
Good.
when it releases.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
It is
yeah.
actually that's going to be a massive because it was that, and I know even in the most recent they hinted at like which
Mod support.
I know
was
you
it?
don't mod support, and I know you don't necessarily mess with that too much, but like that is just
Yeah, for
another
sure.
avenue of like adding so much more variety. Like even when they added challenge creator and map, like when and
Map editor.
yeah, that's it, map editor. Like that allowed for a lot more. I almost like want to say communities because it sparked its own separate fan bases of like what they like out of the game,
Oh yeah, for sure. So
and then just
I
allowed it
think
for more variety and content.
I think when mod helper and especially when the game editor gets added, that will just hopefully bring BT6 back to insane numbers. I mean, BT6 is still a very popular game, but it's definitely not where it was like at peak times.
Yeah. I think actually it's weird because we did look at some of the numbers in previous episodes, and it's not doing that far behind. Like there has been a lot of sentiment like this game has died out, and people have definitely taken their breaks, but it's almost had like a resurgence, and its numbers are still like shockingly consistent, like shockingly high and consistent. So
oh yeah,
maybe it's like
I put a link into the Steam charts of BT6 inside of the Discord chat, so you can look at it.
Yeah.
They've been pretty consistent for a while. I think
it really feels like a forever
the
game.
highest numbers for BT6 were all the way back in COVID times, so that probably played a huge role with how many people were playing. But also, I think and just seeing towers do cool things, that's not necessarily the type of stuff that intrigues me. And DLC is similar in that way, where you have all these cool artifacts that make your tower's projectiles bounce off walls or that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's not really my thing entirely.
Doesn't scratch the same itch.
Yeah.
Just do the all curses challenge.
All curses, chimps mode.
Yep.
Yeah, if I did do DLCs, that's the type of stuff I would do for sure.
Totally. That I attempted the all curses challenge for a little bit, and it was starting to break me. I think they changed it a little bit, so it's a little bit more feasible now. But and then at that point, there's a lot of RNG to it as well. So
yeah,
how much do you want to engage with that?
Yeah, for sure. I don't.
Yeah.
Well,
we are coming up a bit on time.
Could we pull out the guest if there is one?
Is it time?
Yeah. So
yes.
what we do?
Wait. Do we have to ask Mehalic the impossible questions before we pull out the guest? We obviously have to.
All right, we got to speed
run. All right. Listen.
We got to speed run it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Mehalic.
You've been answering a lot of questions today. You would say, right?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on them right now? I just need a little rundown before we get into here.
The questions have been pretty solid, I'd like to say. I've been enjoying it.
Pretty solid.
Pretty solid. Would you say any of them have been difficult to answer?
Not really, no.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Well, Rocco?
Well, that's about to change. Because you are about to face our gauntlet.
Oh no.
Impossible questions.
The true hardest challenge of your life. Every single boss event that you've done, you can basically forget. All right, the Diamondback, the boss tournament, everything. Forget about that, because nothing in your life is going to compare to what you are about to face. All right.
Nothing at all.
Your grandma had to sign a waiver on whether, because there is a possibility of death, so she had to sign a waiver there too.
Yeah.
This is going to be hard.
I'm ready.
Albert Einstein, we asked him these questions, wasn't able to answer. Was saying, "Get out of my house. Please leave. I don't want you to be here." Nikola Tesla.
Who are you?
Didn't know how to respond.
Same reaction.
Didn't know what to do. Now, it's your turn. So, I'm just going to start off with a simple one. Are you ready for these questions, though?
Yes.
Oh.
Unfortunately, that is incorrect.
That's incorrect.
I like the enthusiasm. I like it.
I do appreciate the enthusiasm. It's a common trap. Many fall into.
Confidence
and a big
is
part of these
seen as the key, but it could just be your downfall. Just like it
well,
was
we will find out.
That's a quote right there. That's a quote.
And I will say, no person has gotten all 3 questions correct.
Oh my gosh.
4.
You could be the first. You could be the first.
You could be the
Gotta
first.
lock in.
So,
all right.
Who would like to ask it first? I'll go.
I think
I can go first.
I say Curly, you go first.
All right, let me just clear my throat.
You got to clear your throat, obviously, first.
So, Mehalic. I'm going to ask you a simple one, all right? This one is actually classified as a riddle. Are you okay with that?
Classification.
Yes.
Here it goes. If I am a dark chocolate, what percentage am I?
Percentage.
Remember, we're talking about curly fries, so this is the best.
Like,
yes,
the percentage of chocolate?
Yeah, the best percent.
The cacao percent, to be more specific.
Oh.
There
Okay,
is a
let me-
right answer.
Let me think
There
about
is
this
a
a
right
little
answer.
bit.
Take
This
your
is a
time,
hard
there's
one.
no yeah, there's no rush.
Yeah.
It is. It's very
I mean, there
difficult.
is a rush, but like,
There's a rush,
your
but
time.
like it depends on your time. You know,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah,
want
of
to
course, of
spend
course.
10
I'm gonna
hours
say-
in this call, you can spend 10 hours in this call.
So I was originally going to say 50%, but then I realized you did not participate in the qualifiers round of the Bloons tournament, so that's going to
True.
knock you down a couple notches.
Oh.
That
I'm gonna
is
say-
true.
25%.
Is that your final answer?
25.
That's my final
That is
answer.
a very low percentage.
Well,
Wow.
unfortunately, that
That
was
is
incorrect.
correct.
It wasn't
But-
correct, but
but-
I think that might be my favorite rationale because that is
Yes.
true.
You-
Yeah, that is a
two
very
didn't
good
even
rationale.
submit when they said they would. So
I like
shame all.
I like how you explained your answer as well. You know, it's just like we're back.
That
to
deserves
school.
brownie points.
You're-
I
you're
think
getting
brownie
a
points for that. answer.
You are
But
definitely
Yeah.
getting a brownie point.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You're still incorrect, and I'm sorry.
What's the correct
That's-
answer?
We can't
Unfortunately,
disclose that
cannot say.
information.
It
What?
was
Like, if
it
someone-
was spoken on a podcast. When
It was
Okay.
spoken on a
question.
podcast once, but if anyone else watches the podcast, they can't have a competitive advantage.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
There is a right answer. I promise you.
All
we
these
aren't
questions.
educational like your videos are.
Mhm.
We just say, nope, you lost.
Yeah.
All right. Who's asking
All right.
next?
Imagine it was like that in my boss videos. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's like
I got $100,000 now.
Just hard
like,
cuts.
I
is your
have no idea how I
explanation.
beat this boss tournament. You'll have to figure it out.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
I would honestly kind of interesting.
All right. I'll go next. How about that? Say the
All right.
the ultimate question.
Oh.
All right. If I claim that everything I say is a lie, am I lying?
Name that everything. Lie. Well, if you say everything you say is a lie, and you're telling the truth, that's impossible. But then, if you're lying in that state, it's a contradictory statement in itself.
Listen.
But
A small tip for this one. We give this to all the guests.
Yes.
You got to think outside of the box. Okay,
Yep.
think
Oh,
outside of the limits of just a question.
Outside,
What? You
outside
still
the
gotta
box,
think
it's still
within the
the
room.
room. And like
But-
the room
Yes.
is about the size of an average living room. Like
Okay,
not
yeah,
quite a
living
small
room.
kitchen, but like
Yeah.
not like an auditorium.
Mm.
So like think about what like 2,000 a month would get you in New York City, and that's about the room that you're working with.
yeah,
Mm.
That's tiny as
yeah, that's like
that's really small.
Yeah, it's a pretty small room.
okay, small
It's-
room. Man, you guys got tough questions.
Yeah.
These are
Again,
tough.
Albert
you can take your
Einstein.
time.
Everything I say is a lie. Then
By the way, I like to know this is the only one with the actual genuine answer.
No,
Like-
they all,
That is
I
true.
have a genuine
Well,
answer. What?
There is an actual
Okay,
genuine answer,
maybe
but-
Curly has like a genuine answer, but this
Can you
is
say
the
it
one
more
where
time,
like,
just so I can.
and it's not a trick question.
Yeah,
yeah.
If I claim that everything I say is a lie, am I lying?
I claim everything I say is a lie.
And there is allowed for creativity. Your answer can be
Yes.
creative because we don't just judge it on the right answer. We judge it on the
The
quality
reasoning
of
essentially.
answer.
Okay, so here's my answer. If you claim everything you say is a lie, then you must be lying, because if that was the truth, then everything you say couldn't be a lie. But if you're lying there, then that doesn't necessarily break any rules, because if everything you say is not a lie, that doesn't mean you can't lie at all. So I'm going to say
But then he's telling the truth though.
the claim was, if everything I say is a lie, am I
Uh-huh.
lying? And I'm saying, yes, he's lying. And that's not really like the contrary to if everything I say is a lie is not if everything I say I'm telling the truth, because you could possibly be telling the truth sometimes and lying sometimes. I don't know
Yeah.
if
You're
that makes
thinking
sense.
very
but-
inside the
No,
box
no,
for this one.
I can follow your
It's-
rationale. Like, just because you claim it and that is
Yeah.
a lie doesn't mean that you cannot lie. That you can lie sometimes. You
Yeah.
can tell the truth sometimes.
Yeah. So I think. Yeah. So I think the statement's a lie.
You know what? Okay, so I'll get this out and forward.
It's like it's
That
it's
is
the best
unfortunately
answer you can
incorrect,
find in
but
the box.
What?
You know what I mean?
I
Yeah.
will say that that was incorrect, but I would say that is our first legitimate partial.
Yeah, that is a first
correct
legit.
answer.
Yeah.
We have given
Okay.
points, and you absolutely get the full point for just a good answer. But you are the first one to get a partially correct like, because usually the common answer is either neither, it is a lie, or it's not a lie, and all those
Gotcha.
I'll just get out of the way are incorrect. But you hit on an aspect that many people have not, that gives it a actual partial correct answer. So you, my friend, get a point. Get a point. And these
Alright,
points
so
are
what's
worth like everything.
Okay, yeah, they're worth
Yes.
everything. Perfect. What's
Yes.
the
It's life and
final?
death.
The
So Sam
question?
is outside of your house right now, and if you don't get enough points, it'll be over for you. So it is
Oh,
a very
no.
life and death
What's that,
situation.
Sam? Sam is calling me. Mahal.
Oh,
Okay.
here you go. I got
You
it.
have to. Oh, oh my God! What? Mehalic, if you don't get this question right, Sam is going to do something that you don't want him to do.
Oh, I'm scared. I saw Sam with the Skywarden costume on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be scared if I saw that. That's all. That's all.
Curly would be very excited.
All right.
It's funny too.
We saved one of the best questions for last. But
Let me.
And just before this question, are you ready for this
are
question?
you ready?
Are you
For
ready?
the last question.
Yes,
for
I
this
am.
question?
I'm ready.
That is
That is correct.
That is
You've
correct.
answered two of these by this point. You have to be
that
ready.
one wasn't the last one, by the way. That was just like a little bonus.
That wasn't
Okay,
the
that was
last
a
one.
warm-up.
But you got it right.
Yeah.
A little warm-up.
Congratulations.
You did get it
Yeah,
right.
you did get it right.
Now,
Perfect.
this next question it's about your answer. You know, there isn't one specific right or wrong. You know, this isn't a dichotomy. This isn't good versus evil. This depends entirely on your reasoning, the journey that you take us with through your brain, all the answers that you come up with, the intricacies, the layers, the nuances. That's what this depends on. But don't let that fool you, because this might be the hardest question in all of existence.
This is true.
Oh man.
Let me clear my throat for this
I'm gonna have to
one.
get up close to this one.
Listen, you
And,
get
and
up
for all
close
our
for this one.
viewers, remember, if you're standing up, quickly sit down.
Yes,
And if
quickly
you're sitting
sit down,
quickly
promptly
lie down.
lie down, stand up again, and sit right back down.
Yeah.
Because this might give you a heart attack. Now, Mehalic, would you have unlimited bacon? Listen, we all
unlimited?
know what unlimited. It's
Like-
an infinite amount.
More than one?
More than one.
More than two?
That sounds pretty
More
nice.
more than two. And even more than three.
Unlimited.
Unlimited.
Wow.
Unlimited. But
As in bottom.
you have no games.
None.
None.
Oh,
Nada. Zero.
No games.
Zilch. Not one. Not two.
okay.
Or
Not three.
would you rather have games? Unlimited games. Like I said,
Unlimited.
we all know what unlimited means.
More
Infinite.
than one.
As many
Yeah.
games
More
as
than
you could
two.
possibly imagine. Any kind
More
of
than
game.
three.
Imagine Bloons TD 7, 12, 5,000. Whatever you want.
Unlimited.
Unlimited.
Okay.
But you have no games.
None.
None.
Wait.
No.
No games.
Zero. Not one.
So you have unlimited games, but
Yes.
no games.
No.
That is correct.
None game. No games.
That is
you are correct.
Not one.
Crystal clear.
Okay.
Not two. Not three.
Okay.
So this one depends really on your reasoning.
Yeah.
Because there is no right or wrong.
There is no.
Unlimited bacon, but no games. Unlimited games, but no games. So
That is
where my
correct.
mind's at right now, like, if you have unlimited stuff of something,
Uh-huh.
but you have none of it,
Uh-huh.
then you can't use the unlimited.
Well, don't
I
forget.
mean,
So
you
it's
do have like you can
unlimited.
use the games however you want. Like they're an unlimited amount, and you could use them however you want.
But you also have no games.
So is it like
But you have no games.
okay?
Can't gloss over that, obviously.
Yeah, it's like I have unlimited games in my Steam library, but I can't play a single one.
No. You can play the games. Well, like there is no restriction on if you can use the games. You have unlimited, but you have
there just
none.
are
Like,
no
you can like
games.
use. Yeah.
Unlimited games.
Yeah. Unlimited
The-
games, but
the-
you have
the-
no games.
The
Okay.
weird part about this question again is based.
Unlimited games, but no games. Like you
This
have
one-
unlimited
this one-
games, but no games.
This one is a you get a point based on quality of answer.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Very original
Yeah.
question too.
Very.
It's a very original question.
so
Very.
both unlimited bacon and unlimited games have the same penalty of no games. But the
That
no
is a
games
very astute observation.
but the no
True.
games counteracts the unlimited games part in my mind. And because of that, I feel like inevitably the unlimited games is no benefit if you're just gonna have no games at the end, which means unlimited
Well-
bacon. I'd rather just have unlimited bacon and still have no games versus having no games whatsoever.
I
So
feel
that's my
like
answer.
you're glossing over like the first half of the second option. You have unlimited games. Like you're really glossing over that part. You have unlimited games. That is part of the stipulation. You have unlimited
But you
games
have no
written in the
games.
contract. Yeah, but you have no games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. I think I'm still going with unlimited bacon, no games. This is the weirdest question.
That is true. That's just objectively correct. This is the weirdest question.
The most original though.
Is there a
So-
correct answer to this question?
No, it's just
Like I said, it
there's-
depends on your reasoning.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
it's
Curly
all
has his
based on
answer.
reasoning.
That's obviously correct. Rocco has his answer. It's obviously correct.
Well, that's just because we're hosts of the podcast.
That's because of their
we
reasoning.
made the
And
rules.
they both have different answers. I'm pretty sure. Like well, either of the two, but it's depends on the reasoning. I
But
mean,
yeah, I'm
you've
going-
had
I'm
some
going with
pretty
the
bacon.
strong reason.
The infinite
Thank you.
You really
bacon.
going with the bacon?
Yeah, I'm going with the
And
bacon.
for what reason? For what reason
For the
specifically?
reason that the second one, I feel like the unlimited games doesn't really mean anything if you have no games at the end. But the unlimited bacon does mean something. So I'd rather have unlimited bacon and no games versus just no games.
So you're fine like living without BTD6 and BTD Babel.
Well, I don't really have I don't really think I have a choice in this situation.
I mean, you do get unlimited games.
I'd rather have bacon and no BTD6 versus just no BTD6.
Like,
Alright.
listen, I might
know
sound
what?
like a broken record, but you do get unlimited games in the second one.
I think the understanding. I think the understanding is valid. I think that the explanation was thorough. Like there was a deep amount of thought.
There was a lot of thought going into it.
and
I mean, we've had a lot of creative answers though. Like that's the
We
one thing
have.
I was missing. So someone
We-
said they'd want to make like a bacon farm or something.
yeah,
Okay,
for
that's
infinite
smart.
money. They
Yeah,
also
for infinite
chose
money.
this other person chose bacon because to spite vegans.
Yes.
Okay, fair.
And like so like I appreciate you looking for the logic in this question.
Yes.
Uh
Because you've done that for the last one very, very well.
yeah, very well. So I say, will you take 3/4 of a point?
Yes, I'll take 3/4.
3/4 and a half.
3/4 and a
3/4
half.
and a half. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got a point and a quarter.
Oh,
And a half.
okay. Yeah, a half. You just keep adding a half.
Yeah, yeah. You
So it's
added
like
a half.
you got a point first, and then a quarter and a half.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
All right.
There we
well,
go.
We've been going on for a while here. We still have to pull out a guest.
We
That
do.
Took a
All right.
little long, so we can do this.
This
There's
shall
3
be
people
very
in the Bloons Cast
fast.
waiting line. I'm going
And for
to-
everyone in listening to the podcast, how we work is if you join the Discord and whenever we have a guest, whenever we record, you can join. We'll drag you in for like 5 minutes. You can ask either the guest a question or you can answer one of the impossible questions, or you can just engage with the topic. It will be short-lived, but you can join the waiting line and we'll drag you in very last minute. So are you ready? Is everyone ready?
Yes.
We have
yes,
3
I'm ready.
people in the waiting line.
If you're watching,
Which one do we drag in?
if you're watching the
Should
video
we
right
add them,
now,
like, one by
I have.
one?
Well, no, we should just do one because that would take way too long. And
Yes, we just
that
do
was the
one.
rules. I have a random number generator in the recording right now if you're watching the YouTube video. I'm gonna generate a number 1 through 3, so it's completely random, so we're not biased, and it is 2. So Felicia.
Felicia.
That's
Lisa's
so
already
sad.
been on the podcast so many times.
I know so many times, but
I
how
feel
it
like we
works.
have to like let someone else. I mean, fair enough.
That's
Whatever.
how
you
it
guys.
works. Boom.
Look at the draw. Felicia.
hello, Felicia.
Beautiful evening.
You're lucky you made it, Felicia. I saw you just joined the Bloons Cast waiting line, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just
Felicia, you are a
know
very lucky man.
you just took Darks and Foria's Hacked chance, and they've been in there for 40 minutes. So how do you feel about that?
How dare you, Felicia?
Yeah,
I
Felicia.
mean-
I feel great, by the way.
Felicia must have hacked your computer for the random number generator.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like that's
Felicia
kind of how
made
it goes.
actually. Felicia did
Sometimes you don't have to be first. You just gotta be lucky.
Well,
Wow.
Felicia, it's
Kind of
not like
goes against everything we
explains
discussed
your-
in this podcast. But
Yep.
you know.
Quite literally. Hey, if you want, Felicia, we could just chalk that up to your first to your win in the first Bloons tournament.
Mhm.
There you go.
I mean,
Yeah, this was
I
this was
mean,
like the hidden prize.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that was also one with a lot of luck included. If I'm sure if Mehalic had the time to compete in the qualifiers, he would have been
That
a
is
fierce
true.
competition that year.
All right, Felicia, you have 5 minutes to talk about whatever you want. We can ask you anything starting right
That is
now.
300 seconds for those who don't know.
Okay, so right now, obviously, at the time of the recording of this, the round for the boss tournament has just been released. So I would just like to know, like, the in-depth thoughts from you, Mehalic.
Okay, I don't know how much I can necessarily say without breaking a rule of the tournament.
You do
I
have
think-
a moderator here.
I think I can let it slide as none of the other people here are participating, and the podcast is being
Don't worry,
released
I
later.
already,
The
I already
podcast
got
won't
my
be
time
released
of
for a while,
2.65 seconds.
No.
Yeah,
It'll
it
probably
won't
be
be released.
it'll be
on
released
Saturday.
after this round. Yeah. So
Okay. Okay, that's fair enough. So what I'm currently thinking with the rules is probably it's phase. So tier 1 phase, I'm thinking first strikes is probably going to be a good play. I might have to, I don't know how many first strikes you necessarily need to insta kill, but I might have to learn I'm a flown, how to I'm a flown to use that to get first strikes.
Yeah.
So that would be my plan for tier 1 most likely. And then probably since it's only 1 tower per tier, I'm thinking I'll probably save the super monkey for Sun Temple buff for tier 3 or 4. Probably try to defend tier 2 with either, I'm not entirely sure, either a bunch of bunch of Plasma Monkey fan club transformations with debuffs, or a cheap Paragon. I would need to test on how fast those kills are. And then tier 3 and 4 also just kind of would need to test on if I wanted to do a true Sun God setup, then that would probably be less Paragon based and a lot more normal towers spammed. But if I did whichever one I did without the true Sun God would be more Paragon based for defense. So that's my current thoughts. I think for sure though I'm going to try to do first strikes for tier 1 because I know that's pretty fast for killing phase, and I don't really see myself using sub for the other tiers. So getting sub out of the way makes sense.
Yes, that sounds pretty good. So overall, after like thinking about it, how do you like the round? Not from like what you are gonna do, but how the round looks so far.
Oh,
Before
I think it's a really
immediately
interesting
playing it.
concept.
Oh, yeah, that's always nice to hear.
Yeah. Again, my only concern was that people might accidentally break the rules, but if you guys I think you guys already posted something to clear up some questions. So
Yeah, we have spent the last like 30 minutes on trying to get the rules to line up as well as we could.
all right,
There we
perfect.
go.
Wow.
Yeah,
And,
But yeah, overall, I have been liking the boss tournament a lot. It's been fun.
yeah,
I do want to
that's
also
always
put
nice to
out
hear.
a little something to maybe itch your competitive spirit. Before Felicia was in the VC a little bit before you joined, and like before the whole podcast started. And when talking about the round, he said that he thinks that he got a time that none of the contestants can beat. So
in testing, he said that he got a time.
yeah, and he believes that he'll come in first. So
I think
we'll
there's
see.
I think there's a decent likelihood of that. But also the best like scores or whatever from the organizers have not always necessarily been the what would have won the round, because I remember from the qualifier round, none of the organizers got 38 tiers on the
Yeah,
areas.
that was one of the best examples. I was about to name that as well. Because
Yes.
for that round, I really like you to actually optimize the strategy below the point of just pushing time, but actually
Yeah.
optimizing it so much you could cut a farm cross path. That's the optimization I love to see the most in these tiers.
That was like the most fun boss, I think, like least tiers boss especially, that I've ever watched. That was legendary.
That was a really hard one to optimize. I liked that round though. I definitely enjoyed the least tiers if the winner is decided on tiers rather than like time. I think that's more interesting. And it was the same way for being decided on tiers with the second least tiers round as well. So that's good.
Yeah, the last pop. That was very entertaining as well.
I feel like people are underestimating you on timed a lot, which I kind of be interesting in how you see that, because I know that a lot of people were expecting you to do really well in least cash and least tiers, but no one was talking about you on time specifically. And obviously, your last time score was very, very good. So
yeah, timed is something that I've been I used to not be as good at it, but I've been practicing a lot more with farming, and obviously with this you have long periods of time as well for each round, so it gives me enough time to test a lot of the kill times and figure out what's I hope is some of the most efficient ways to kill the boss with ideally a good amount of money from your farming. So that's always good.
Well, it's been 5 minutes, Felicia. We're going a little over in our recording, so
yes,
we're gonna have to say our final goodbyes to you, unfortunately.
Yes.
I'm grateful for having the opportunity to ask a few questions. So
Yeah.
have a
Nice
nice
talking.
day.
These are your last moments, Felicia.
Yeah.
So
Unfortunately,
it's really time to like savor them.
you've seen too much.
yeah.
Unless we need you for more content, then you might be kept in the basement alive, obviously to keep the tournament going. But you know,
Absolutely.
this is your last breath of fresh air, basically.
And unfortunately, we did catch you in strat sharing, so like clearly. So
sorry, banned.
unfortunately.
And to make it even worse, we're sending you back to the Bloonscast waiting line, and you're gonna have to tell Dark and Fory that you took their position instead of them.
Yes.
That's perfectly fine. I love crushing dreams.
Jesus Christ!
Brutal.
What a legend!
Oh my god!
Hey, at least he owns it. At least he owns it, right? No sugarcoating.
Yeah. What a podcast.
All right. This was a fantastic podcast. Thank you again for joining us.
Yep. Thank you for joining.
And
Thank you.
absolute best of luck on the boss tournament. Cannot wait to see what you end up doing. And obviously because you're here, this means that you're guaranteed first. So
yes.
Oh yeah,
we are granting
for
you
sure.
our
Mackin and ISAB both weren't here, so you're guaranteed first.
that is true.
Thank you.
Mehalic, where
So-
can everyone watching this right now find you?
Because we're shouting
Just
out your
search-
channel.
Search up Mehalic
Yes,
Pops
obviously.
on YouTube, or you could search up Ryan Mehalic on YouTube, or more Mehalic on YouTube. That's basically the only social media I do. It's all on YouTube. So
Yes.
Well, other than that, does anyone have anything else to say?
Oh, I think we're good.
nope.
Thank you
No.
guys
I
so
think-
much for watching this episode of the Bloons Cast. Thank you to Mehalic Pops for coming on for this episode. It was a banger. If you guys want a chance to be the guest that we pulled in, make sure to join the Discord, which is linked down below, along with Mehalic's channels, Doggo's channel, Rocco's channel, and my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and all of us hope to see you all in the next podcast.
In the next one.
Peace!
Peace.
Peace. All right.
Isn't, like the vegetable.
I cut it off because you took so long to say it, Doggo.
Damn
So